It's 8 p.m, kids are in bed, house is quiet, and you're standing in the kitchen 3 rows deep into a block of chocolate. You weren't even that hungry. And here's the worst part. This morning, things were going well. So what's actually going on? And why does this keep happening? That's exactly what this video is about. You start the day with good intentions. Decent breakfast, more water, maybe even a walk. Then the day happened. Someone couldn't find their shoes, work email started before you even sat down. Every 20 minutes, somebody needed something. And here's what most people miss. It's not one big thing that drains parents. It's hundreds of tiny ones. What's for dinner? Did I reply to that message? What do the kids need tonight? What's happening tomorrow? Every single one of those questions costs you something. And you'll be paying that cost all day long. So by 8 p.m, you're not starting fresh, you're finishing empty. There's actually a name for this. It's called decision fatigue. Here's what it actually looks like in real life. Every decision you make, big or small, takes a little bit from you. And in the moment, you don't really notice it. But by the end of the day, there's not much left. And by night, most parents are running on empty. And when that happens, your brain switches to survival mode, looking for the easiest option, the quickest reward, the least effort. That's why the chocky looks so good come 8 p.m. and a row turns into the whole block. That's why the couch more easily wins over the walk. It has nothing to do with being lazy, but everything to do with being empty. You've been trying to make your best decisions at the exact moment you've got the least capacity to make them. And here's the important part. The chocolate at night isn't the real problem. The empty capacity is, which means the fix isn't what happens at 8 p.m. It's what happens earlier in the day. I have this conversation with parents all the time. They sit down and they say the same thing. I can be good all day, then at night it falls apart. And almost every time they finish the same way. I think I just don't have enough discipline. And I want to gently push back on that. Because what I see is someone who's been given to everyone else since the moment they woke up. Someone who's made hundreds of decisions before even sitting down for dinner. Someone who's put themselves last all day and is now judging themselves on the hardest part of their entire day. If that's you, I want you to hear this. You're not starting the night fresh. You're finishing the day empty. And those are two very different things. Because once you understand that, you stop asking, what's wrong with me? And you start asking a better question. How do I stop relying on my evening self for the important stuff that matters to me? That's where real change starts. But if you don't ask the right questions, it becomes a trap. Most parents wake up the next morning and go straight to blame. I've got no discipline. I need to try harder. So they do. Stricter, more determined, but nothing about the day actually changes. Same demands, same decisions, same empty tank by 8 p.m. And after enough repeats, you stop trusting yourself. You start believing you're just someone who can't stay consistent. But that's not a discipline problem. That's a system problem. So here's what actually works. Stop asking your evening self to do the hardest work. By the end of the day, your decision-making energy is already running low, so don't rely on the end of the day to get things done. Instead, move them earlier, before life takes over, before everyone else needs something, before your energy is gone. If exercise matters to you, move it to the morning. If eating well matters to you, get your food sorted in the morning. If planning helps your day run better, get it done first up. Not because mornings are magic, but because that's when you're more likely to follow through with what's important to you. So here's the simple rule. Don't plan for your evening self. Design for your morning self. Pick the one thing you always try and do at night and move it to the morning. Because once it's done early in the day, it no longer depends on your evening self. And if you're not sure what that one thing is, just ask yourself, What's the one thing that when it doesn't happen, so it doesn't happen, the whole day feels off? That's your one thing. Start there. And when you do that, you stop arriving at 8 p.m. having done nothing for yourself. You've already kept one promise to yourself earlier in the day, and that changes everything. You're a little more on track during the day, a little more steady by dinner. Not because the day got easier, but because you no longer starting it already behind. And by the time evening comes, you're not trying to fix the whole day. You're just finishing it. And slowly, almost without noticing, the evenings start to feel easier too. You don't need perfect days. You need a system that doesn't rely on your evening self. Real consistency as a parent isn't about doing everything. It's about not leaving the most important things until the hardest part of your day. If you can relate, you're not alone. This channel is for parents who want to feel like themselves again, with more energy, a stronger body, and a healthier life, without it taking over everything else. Every week I share what works in real life. No endless hours in the gym, no perfect days, no extreme motivation needed. If that's what you're looking for, subscribe. And if you'd like help figuring out what this looks like for you, the link below is the best place to start. I work with parents one-on-one, and I'd be happy to have a conversation. I'll see you in the next one.